All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of TheCarrendoShow. I got a very special guest today. We got Dany Kingz today. Thank you for being here, bro.
Thank you for having me, man.
First things first, let's get it out of the way. Smash that like button, hit share, subscribe. If you haven't done that yet, we're doing the $20 gift card giveaway as soon as we hit the 500 subscriber mark. But since Dany's here, I know we're gonna smash through that real quick.
So you're giving out $20?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Little something for the
That's
fans.
Good, man. That's good.
Yeah, brother.
Nah.
So man, let's get it started, bro. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man. How'd you get started and everything?
With my music, I mean, I feel like everybody, people love music, man. I love music so much that when I was younger, I used to from school in my home, it used to be like a good 3 miles walk. So I remember CD players.
Yeah.
So I used to have a CD player, and my favorite thing for Christmas, my birthday, was to get like CDs from like a different type of music. And I would say like not just rap though. It would be like Lenny Kravitz, Linkin Park. So I'll put them on like there, and I remember when you hold your CD, like you used to have like this little bag where you have the CDs and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I gotta have my CDs. So from school to my house, I would just put my headphones on, man, and I would just start like visualizing a different type of world. Like my imagination would be like whatever the song was playing.
Right. And
sometimes it was dope that I would like move with the song walking home. So I'm pretty sure people who would pass by would be like, this guy, he's kind of not there. And even one day my dad was like passing by to he never passes by, bro. He never like picks me up, he passes by and like he basically was like, hey, yelling at me, bro, like, hey, and I was like, all right, whatever. And then when I turned around, it's my dad. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, why are you dancing? And I was dancing, bro. And I think it was a song by Shakira.
Okay.
Yeah. And but I knew music was like me, And fast forward many years later, I had the privilege to see my grandma sing at a church, and I think that was inspiring to see one of my family members be up there. Like, what? My grandma's up there? That's awesome. So I'm like, if she can do it, I can do it. But I never took that step. And then my grandma would say, like, she would say to me, like, mijo, like, un día, you're gonna be like this big star. And like, I'll be like, whatever, grandma, I can't sing, And I started writing music. One day I just like said, oh, okay, I like poems. I would listen to a lot of Eminem. So I would hear what he would say, like punchlines and stuff. And I just started writing. It would be like simple thing like, I open a can when I can, like something like that. Something dumb and, like ABC kind of thing. That's how I call it. Right? That's how it happened. That's how it started happening. But again, when you're young, you don't know what to do. Like, nowadays, we got the media. We got people showing us how to do music, to put the beats on. You could buy them. When you're young, like at that time, like, where do you get a beat? So I started going to this church near my house, and there was a guy there that was playing like the drums and stuff. And he was like just kind of freestyling. And I said, oh, just hit the drums and I'll freestyle. And they liked it so much what I did there. They started like a Christian rock rap band.
Okay.
So when it was my first song was called One Man. That's what it was called. And when I performed at the church, that church was so like old people, that like they freaked out, man. Like they were so used to like Marcos Witt, like these guys that sing like worship music. Yeah, you hear so when you see this bald guy, because I was bald headed and like gangster looking, you see this guy coming in rapping, even though it had God in it, they were freaking out. So I was called like, I'm like, that's from the devil. I was hit with like, the devil's using me to get into churches and messing up the youth. But even the older people didn't like it, the younger people did. And I made a pledge there to continue even if they didn't like it.
Right.
You know, because my message was always about like helping youngsters do better in life. You know, it was never really about religion. It was always about like, I think like in my life I did so much bad. Like when I was younger, like I used to roll with the gang and stuff like that, and that when I grew up, I wanted to do something different for people.
Okay.
And I think that's what like, even though like in my message now, like I always talk, yes I do talk about God, but it's always about like changing your life, man. You don't have to do something bad to get recognized.
Right.
You know, so that's how my music started.
And like you said, you know, I remember the topic of, you know, like of rock being introduced into the church as well. You know, you always hear it. You know, there's this opposition. So I can only imagine what you went through.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
introducing rap and like you said, like.
Yeah.
Because I met you this maybe around 9 years ago, and like I said, I was at church as well with when I saw you perform.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh, this is interesting. Like, I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
And then what caught me the most is because, you know, with rap, specifically with rap,
Yeah.
it's how would I say, a lot of you know, that flow, that free thought.
Yeah.
But, you know, you're at a church, you know, you don't want to cuss, you don't want to offend. So how was it, you know, adjusting to that, you know, not I don't know if this is the best way to describe it, but in a sense, limiting your vocabulary, and, you know, did you feel that was a help to you, or do you feel like that's something that held you back?
You know, because I hear a lot of rappers nowadays, and they use, they'll finish a sentence or a bar with a cuss word because they don't know what to write. So I think creatively, I could write anything without even cussing, and still get my point across.
Right.
I feel like when you cuss a lot, you depend on cussing to get your message out there. You know, it's on you, bro. Like, you know, I'm not gonna judge you or anything, but it's just not me.
Right.
Creatively, I want to be known as an artist that didn't cuss in his rap, but still his message was like impacting as someone that will cuss. You know, I could like share my frustration without like having that cussing words in there.
Right.
Not saying that I don't cuss here and there, right? I get mad, I'm human, you know, but I don't like to use it in my music. I have to understand that the next generation, like, you know, like my son, right? Would I want my son to listen to somebody that cusses all the time?
Right.
Of course I'm not gonna buy a CD for that, man. And at the time when I was younger, I love Eminem, right?
Yeah.
But I love Eminem for who he was, not for the cussing part. You know, I love for his creativity, for how he could throw bars and just be creative, and I like that.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to be like that. Not to say that a lot of people, I will say, oh, he's against cuss. No, you can cuss whatever you want, man. Share your art the way you want it to be shared. But for me, I want to be known as the guy that didn't use that material to get his message out there.
Right. And yeah, definitely, I really love that message you're promoting. You know, as well as for people who cuss, like you said, Eminem, and for me, you know, one of my favorites was Eazy-E.
Eazy-E, yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know, as a kid, as a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, my brothers, they're like 13 years older than me.
Yeah.
So I'm the youngest by 13.
Yeah.
So their mentality is very different from mine, right?
Yeah.
So I'm a little kid listening to Eazy-E, and, you know, a lot of other people, they'll see it as like, man, they're corrupting that kid. They're,
Yeah.
You know, they're perverting the child, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, as a kid, you know, you don't really understand those words. You just have that flow, that rhythm, and that was something that was introduced to me, you know, early in my life, you know, rap, and that's something I've always grew up with. That's why I also want to talk to you, because I want to get into your mind and see your perspective.
Yeah. You know, like, I grew up listening to cumbias and like not reggaeton, cumbias, salsa, you know, all that good stuff, right? And I noticed that the old style music, like I'm talking about Los Angeles Azules, you know, La Dinamita, I forgot their name.
Sonora.
Like all of them had good music, right? And if you notice, their music doesn't have cussing words.
Right.
They don't cuss in their music, but yet they sold millions. You know, and it's really about. I know rap was introduced rap was introduced like poetic style, bro.
Right.
That's how I was born. You know, it wasn't about like. You know, like, oh, you know, suck here, suck there, you know. I could say that, dude, and I'll sell millions just with that word, right? But why do that, you know? I really enjoy rap. Like somebody who can just throw bars without cussing, throw creative sentences and just be like par to par with people, you know? A lot of times, like, and I'm not, and I guess again, I don't go against, like, I love NWA. I'll bump Eazy. There's no problem, you know. But I'll bump Eazy knowing that I already know that he's gonna cuss. You feel me? But I like when he's like, you know, riding around 6'4", you know, 6'4", like, you know, it's cool, little words like that. So it's just the way you will see it, like. I know that people want to get their art out there, and like I said, everybody's art is different. Like NWA said in one of their interviews, this is our art. You know, that's the way they see it. Well, this is my art. This is the way I see it. Right. Not against anybody. I'm not trying to challenge anybody. You know, because maybe one day I will write a song, bro, and I will have the F word in there. I don't know. Like, you know, it depends. It really like you got to think about NWA at that moment, how frustrated they were. You know, when living in Compton and like all these things happening to them, of course they want to cuss. Of course they want to say things like that. Rihanna, another person that I love, she also said like it really depends like in that moment when you go into the studio, dude. Like I like writing music that has fun, but like I wrote a song and I recorded it called No Filtro, and this song, bro, like. It won't be played at church, you know. Not to say it has cussing words, but you know, like it has words that regular, like, you know, no me jodas, right? I put no me jodas in there. In some countries, it's a bad word. In some other countries, it's not. Right. So it really depends how you see it, you know. But it's my art. It's the way I see it. Like, I want to write that, and I want to use words from other countries, bro, and just play with them.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely, and I feel that's why I asked you. I was like, if you felt limited because, you know, a lot of, you know, cases with rap, it's like finding that perfect word where you can go to the next part, right? Like finding that transition. Yeah. So, you know, removing cussing, it's like you're limiting your vocabulary and in a sense limiting your transitions, but this also pushes you to find alternatives.
Oh yeah. Even like when I first started, like Christian music, or like I went to church, and I always tell people like I started at a church, like that's where my music started, and it was limited because I was taught there that my music is for Christians only, right? So that mentality was like, okay, I can't. You know, they scare you, like, you know, secular, watch out with the world, you know, you can't perform at a club. And so that mentality was always with me for many years. But then I learned that Christianity is just regular people, bro. Human beings that, you know, they go to this building and they look for and seek for faith. You know, they want to be better. You know, but they're people just like us. Yeah. The pastor's no better than me, man. You know, so I always thought like church was like a fairy tale. You know, like when they told me like if you sin, you're going to hell. You know, if you say this, you're going to hell. So I was limited in that area, and so all my music in the beginning was all about like praising God, jumping Cristianos. You know, and but then I remember like. I have this friend, you know, and he's you know, he's gay. At that time, he always wanted to be my friend, but I was like, you're gay, buddy, like, you know. and again, because like they taught that to us, right? That, oh, you know, and so I will always preach to him. So I remember one day he said to me, I like your music. The only problem is that you throw it for certain people. Oh, bro, that hurt me, because I was like, oh, That's true, man. Like, I limit myself for just a community when it should be for everybody, you know. And I think that's what's very important to understand, that if you want to do good in life, you always got to find a way to make it happen. You know, don't limit yourself. The sky, there's no limit, bro. Like, and now I get more people playing my music outside of the church, you know, outside of the four walls than before. And that's because now I have that open mind. Like, everybody has their own journey. No, I can never tell you like, you need to serve God, if not you're going to hell. Who am I to say that? You feel me? I'm nobody. So I learned that now. And like, I've grown so much from like back when I was younger, man. And I learned that so much that like I applied that in my life. Like, everybody has their opinions. Everybody got their beliefs. Everybody has a way of seeing things. And that's okay. That's how the world works. Your opinion matters, you know. But it shouldn't be for me to tell you, oh, because you told me that you're Catholic, we're no longer friends. No, dude, it should be the opposite. We should be friends. So I want to learn about you, you want to learn about me, but always to do better, though. That's why I apply that in my music nowadays. Like, I'm not gonna put no more, like, before it was like, go to church, if not, that's not gonna happen anymore, you know. My thing is, like, I do better when I speak what I want to speak. Before, I was limited. Like, I couldn't say what I like. So I know this is gonna bring a lot of controversy to your show, buddy. But
cancel culture coming.
So I was like, you know, like really on it, bro. Like with church, right? And then one day I perform at this church, and I remember I used to use the bus. So I remember taking the bus and going all the way, like maybe 4 hours away. This place was in Ontario. So from LA to Ontario was like many buses that I had to get there, right? I left around 11 from my house, got there around 5. And so I did my performance and you know, prayed for people and everything. And to be honest, here's where like I started noticing things. So after I get off, we go in the back, right? And Pastor thinks that I'm not there no more. Like, he thinks that I'm somewhere else. So he goes to his, but I went to go look for him, say thank you, man, for the invitation. So when I go in his office, I see him counting like the bills. And I said, oh, he's gonna bless me, right? He's gonna bless me with something. All right, cool. So at that time, I didn't used to charge. I used to be like, yo, you calling me to go to your church? I'll go. Free, whatever, you know? In my mind, sometimes they'll bless you, and not, whatever. It's all God, right? That's what I used to say. And, like, I would go with that mentality. Bro, I kid you not. It was, like, around 11 o'clock at night. Pastor comes up to me, mijo, gracias, here's una ofrenda. I open it up, it's like $20 bill. Okay. I said, okay, whatever. And I said, oh, hey, Pastor, you know I don't have a ride. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know who can take you home. And I was like, what? Like, I live far. Like, there's no... If there was buses, I would not ask that, right? Well, that night, dude, like... Well, he's like, well, I gotta go, but he's gonna be in charge. So let him know, and then, you know... Some dude that I didn't even know, bro. So he left and left me with this guy, bro. I didn't get home until like 4 in the morning. Wow. You know, and they didn't want to pay taxi. You know, back then there was no Uber. You know, there was no like all this great stuff that we have now. They didn't want to pay a taxi. They didn't want to find a ride. They thought that Ontario to LA was too far. Nobody wanted to give me a ride, bro. It was crazy. You know, and so that $20 bill became like bus tokens, bro. You know, nothing. And it made me realize how reality of what church is nowadays, you know, and where it's going. Like, there's churches that do good for the community, you know, and there's churches that don't do. Like, they have an agenda, you know. You see, another thing is like a pastor with the Mercedes-Benz, right? No, not to say they can't have one, but if you have a Mercedes-Benz and your sister from your church is jobless, why not help her? You know, why not give the diezmo to her? Like, you know what I'm saying? And that was a lot of things that I was seeing, bro, in church. And I was like, I can't be part of this, man.
Yeah.
Not only do they judge and criticize you, but they think that, like, they're so high. Now, you know, back then, it used to be like, we need to be humble, right? It doesn't work like that, you know? And especially if you're not in their agenda, they push you to the side.
No.
Yeah. So that's what kind of happened to me. And I was like, in 2015, I kind of let everything go. I was like, you know, I can't be part of this. I can't. I'm seeing too many things. And not to say all, you know, because I'm writing a book about it. And I want everybody to go see that book or read that book. But it was a lot of stuff that I saw that made me just kind of quit music. It was so discouraging, bro. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know who I was as a person anymore. I was so confusing because I would get invited to many churches to go perform, but every church is like part of a domination. Like, you know, Pentecostal, Baptism, Jehovah's Witness. You got all these couple, and I'm like, wait, there's other, you know. I always thought in my mind that everything's like one God or one, you know, everybody's in the same rules. Nah, bro. Everybody has their own agenda, own beliefs. So, again, we go back to that. So, can you call that real Christianity? If everybody's different? We should call Christianity 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Like, what level are you on? You know? Or A, B, C, or D. Kind of like, because everybody is, they say they're Christian, but they have their own way of doing things.
Right.
And I don't think that's right, you know? Mm-hmm. So, what that teaches me is like, I just got to be who I got to be. My journey to the end is my journey.
Yeah.
Anything I do is because I want to do it. The way I believe I should be doing it. It's not wrong, bro. I don't. In my music, you're not gonna hear me say smoke weed, drink, you know, pop pills and stuff, like, you know, or, you know, make it rain on the stripper. I'm not gonna say that. I think that I'm so against that. Mm-hmm. But you will hear me say like, vamos a los tacos, you know, a poner salsa, or let's go dance. I did a song called Toca Toca. It was so criticized by Christians because it said, yo no soy santa, no soy un santa, y ni ella eres una santa, right? Now, I'm talking about not Santa Claus. Like, I'm not Santa Claus. I'm not that Jolly Holly, you know? Uh-huh. And then I said that she's not Santa either because she's not like a saint. You know, so wordplay, right? Oh, people were like, "Oh, why are you saying that she's not a saint?" You know, and I got hit hard for that song. You know, but again, it's what I do. I think it's fun. I thought it was fun. Like, I thought it was like, "Whoa, that's a fun song." Again, if you don't talk about Jesus, you ain't Christian, buddy. That's how I get. So,
no, and I think, you know, this is a good message to teach people. Just be yourself, because you can't please everyone. You can't. It's impossible.
Yeah.
And, you know, the more you try to please one group, then you're gonna end up rejecting another group, perhaps a bigger group. So, you know, you just gotta keep an open mind. And I truly believe, you know, humans, they have a good intuition. They can see the intent.
Yeah. So,
you know, if you're being positive, if they know you're not being malicious, don't have a bad intent.
Yeah.
They see that comes off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, like I said, just gotta stay positive and keep promoting your message, and if they get offended or if they don't like it, you know, like I said, you can't please everybody. So move on to the
next. Me personally, I like, you know, I'm a Christian, you know, but I'm not religious. That's what I say, you know. I just don't believe in the religion aspect of it.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll still go to church and perform, or with my music now. You know, they have to understand what my music is now. You know, it's not bad. It's very positive. It's fun. You listen to the music. There's no bad words. Everything's fun, and you hear God in there. You know, here and there, because I feel like. Another thing, a lot of times we sell Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Like, we put him in a song, we go, hey, it's Jesus, buy the track. But the song sucks. Like, bro, stop being corny, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, Jesus all the way. Oh my gosh, bro, I heard this rapper one time. And again, it's just my taste of music. But I feel like people treat Jesus like Sesame Street. You know?
How so?
Like they make him a cartoon, bro. You know, ABC. You know, they want people to buy that song, right? So you look at Big Bird and you go, oh, because Big Bird's there, I want to buy it. You know.
Yeah.
That's how they make Jesus, bro. They sell Jesus to you. Now, if you really want to go technical in the Bible and stuff, you don't sell the gospel ever. So I don't want to sell God to anybody. It should be free. He's for everybody, bro. I shouldn't put him in a song, and because it says Christianity, buy the freaking song or buy the album. No, it shouldn't be like that. I'd rather have God in there because I want to express it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna tell me because you don't have God in there, you're not Christian.
Yeah. You're not pushing an agenda.
Yeah. I'm not gonna sell shirts that has a big old cross. You know, nothing against it. You know, I'll probably buy some if they look dope, but only because it has a cross don't mean I have to buy it.
Right.
You feel me? And that's the thing is like people sell Jesus to you. I don't want to sell nobody to nobody. God should be for everybody. Yeah. But it's because. If I talk about God, it's because it's a natural relationship that I have with Him. You know, it's not gonna be like. And if I talk about God now more, it's because at one point when I was homeless, He was like my only friend that I had. You know, and I had nobody else, so I would talk to God a lot. Now, is that a bad thing? No, I think it made me realize who God is in my life. You feel me? Not to say that, hey, you know, I'm gonna, now that I'm here, because like a lot of, you know, I got a lot of events coming in churches, and that's awesome, bro. You go see me and I'll perform and I'll preach about like my testimony and I'll talk to you about who God is in my life, you know. But that doesn't mean because I'm up there, you know, I'm selling Jesus to you. You know, I'm making money out of this. No, I do it because I love God. If I love cake, I'm gonna promote cake. You feel me? If I love gaming, I love games. I play PS5 all the time. I promote PS5 all the time. Yeah. You feel me? So it's something that I love. It's not because, he's a Christian, he's going to be religious. No, man. There's a lot of stuff that I don't believe, you know? Like, there's stuff that I will not be for. And I would, again, no filtro. I wrote it so people can understand that I know what's going on. You know, because a lot of times people like take sides. You know, they use that scripture where it's like you in or you out. Mm-hmm. You have one leg in, you can't serve two masters. There's still two masters, buddy. You still gotta live your life. The funny part, everybody tells me, Danny, never sign with a label, right? They always tell me that. Never sign with the label. Never sign with Sony because they're gonna take your music. And I always tell them, well, the job that you have right now, is that Christian? And they don't say nothing. They're paying your bills. You see, people always want to put everything everywhere, bro. I have my life. If I get signed to Sony, so be it. Yeah. That's my job. It's my boss. I got to do what I got to do, right? If I make money and I'm a millionaire, it shouldn't be because, he sold his soul. No. It's because I got a talent that God gave me and I'm using it for the right reasons. That's how I see it. Yeah. It's a big difference. Back in the days, they had an agenda, bro. I think nowadays, and I always preach to the next generation, have that open mind. Not be judgmental. Be, you know, do good in life. You know, do really good in life. Make sure that you help the other. That's what I preach about. I'm not a bad person. You never will hear me say, dude, you should use drugs. You go smoke a weed. Yeah, nothing against that, right? I have no, you know, like, if you do it, that's fine. Like, that's on you, man. You know, I got people that smoke weed all the time. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean that you're going to be less of a person because you do it. Right. Or better than me, right? We're all equal. We're all living a life here. We're all trying to survive here and there. And I feel like a lot of times religions, and I'm not just Christianity, religions keep you like on hold. Yeah. You know, and it shouldn't be like that.
And you brought up an interesting topic. So, you know, like you said, people tell you, like, you know, don't sign with Sony or whatever record label. Mm-hmm. So, I want to see, what's your thought on this? Because, you know, a lot of people, they early in the career, they get signed on to, you know, a bad deal, a bad record deal. But also, the way I see it is, you know, you can take that initial bad deal that's going to put some money in your pocket. Yeah. But now it's up to you to capitalize on it, to make an opportunity. You know, you can see it as a hindrance or something that's holding you back initially, because like I said, it's a bad deal. You can't do certain things.
Yeah.
But that's where you got to be creative. That's where you got to push the envelope. You got to find other ways. And so this what I believe is you should take even if you don't think it's a good deal. No, not say it's a good deal. Try to negotiate the best deal possible. It may not be what you want, but you should always try to negotiate the best deal because like you said, it's Sony. You may not be getting the money that you may want. You may not have control over your initial music, but they're giving you a platform. So there's it balances out.
So my take on that, man, so if you so there's a lot of stuff to talk about there because there's a lot of components. Yeah. But okay, it really depends on the artist, right? Because I learned I think God's preparing me for those steps, right? But I learned business before I get there. I know contracts. You got to learn contracts. You got to learn about PRs and managers and bookings agents, and you got to know about those things. Right. Everything costs money. I'll tell you right now, a lot of stuff come out of my pocket, right? So don't go in with the it's Sony, right? I got this. You feel me? Because they'll tell you $1 million. In your head, it's whatever they said after $1 million. It don't matter. $1 million. Yep. You're thinking about, I'm gonna buy a car. I'm gonna do this. It's an investment. It's a loan. Mm-hmm. Record deals are loans. You have to pay that back. Right. You don't go and that's why I dislike when artists go and on record and they they're trying to take my money. You knew what you signed. You know what I'm saying? You know what, when you go to a job, they give you an application. They tell you right there, $17.50 an hour. How many hours you're gonna work? You can't take weeks off until you pass a certain day, right? So you're agreeing with the application. You're saying, okay, I'm good with $17.50, 40 hours a week. I won't take any days off after 3 months, 90-day probation. Cool, got that, right? So what does that make a difference on the record deal? You know better. You got to think it like this. You ain't nobody when you first go in there.
Right.
You ain't nobody. Nobody know you. You know what I'm saying? You go to another record deal that might give you less. Alright, cool. So that's one component. The second component is when you get that deal and you sign, don't think about spending your investment on big old houses, big old cars, Bugattis. I dislike that. Bro, what makes you different if you drive a Honda? Buy a Honda.
I mean, Jeff Bezos
still
drives his Toyota.
Yeah, dude, you know what I'm saying? People tell me, Danny, you gonna drive a Lambo? I don't think about Lambos. I think about building an empire. Mm-hmm. You feel me? You have to make sure that's a loan. What are you gonna do with it? A lot of artists buy on clothes. You feel me? They go vacation, spend places where they shouldn't be. Work. You gotta work. It's work. So what do you do? If I had $1 million, I'll tell you what. I'll make a marketing plan. I'll start doing and calling, doing music videos. Make sure that I get the best beats for the best prices. You know what I'm saying? Even if I have to call a dude from SoundCloud because I think that beat's dope, why not pay the little guy? Right. People want to pay the biggest producers $250,000 for a beat. You don't have to pay that much. My beat's banging, and dude, I could tell you I spend about $300 or $400 a beat. Why not still have that mentality, and still have money saved up?
Right.
You feel me? So when that year comes, this is already growing, and you still have this money saved up. You pay that back in 2 years, buddy. The label's gonna be happy with you that they make a raise, or they'll take a percentage off so they can make their money and maybe give you a better percentage, a better deal, like we were talking about. But now you're known everywhere and you can make deals everywhere. You feel me? Now you can call up your agent and be like, yo, let's do this, right? And you don't have that pressure, but it's work. When you get a contract, it's work. Yep. Don't feel like, and they're going to have control over your music because in the beginning they tell you that.
Yeah.
But you're willing to sign. A lot of times these artists that I see and I hear and I go, they don't have a business mentality. They spend it on chains, bro. Like, they talk about million chains. Why would you spend that much? I would buy one chain and wear the same chain. Does that make me a different rapper? You know? Like Eminem, dopest rapper ever. How many times you see that dude flaunt? Like, he never like, oh, I'm in a Bugatti, you guys, you know? Yeah. That dude just raps. But he looks, if you see his clothing, he looks normal.
Yeah, just jeans and white.
Yeah, he doesn't promote like, you know, like Versace and nothing like that, bro. But he's dope. So why not be like that? You feel me? So a lot of artists don't understand that. They want to get the nice, and I get it, bro. You can spend if you want to, but make sure you have a plan how much you can spend a month. It's like a regular job, right? You're not gonna buy a yacht knowing that you have rent. You're gonna pay your rent first, and then see if you can afford that. But I'm pretty sure you can't, right? You're gonna have to save up little by little, and that's how it is, bro. But a lot of times, the mentality of a record label, everybody gets scared, but it's because they don't want to put the work on.
Sure.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, and that's why I initially told you, like, you know, you sometimes you take the bad deal initially, or the deal that you don't think is in your favor, but they're giving you a platform, and it's up to you. Like I said, put in the work and make the most of it, and set yourself up for future deals.
Exactly.
Like, you know, I know this is gonna be a controversy, but I don't know if you ever followed the whole Taylor Swift situation with her contract. Yeah. And it's like, she's upset that she wasn't able to get her music because her original record label.
They sold it. They sold it to this guy who found Justin Bieber. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, yes, she created the music. Yes, she wrote it. But also, you know, the manager or the label themselves, they provide a service as well. Like, nobody thinks about that. Yeah. They're the ones promoting her. They're the ones who made her big as well. Yeah. It's not just her. It's because a lot of people think it's like, oh, it's just me. I'm the one who became big. No, it's a group effort.
It's a group effort.
Yeah.
I always think Ugly Bear Entertainment, that's my label, my independent label that I'm in. And I'm actually the owner, but I'm also the employee, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So I treat myself as an employee. And my team, the people that have an Ugly Bear, I always tell them how much they mean. Like, I never want to be to the point where I know my team doesn't matter, right? So I always promote them as much as I can. But a lot of times, like when artists, they get big, they forget who helped them up there. Right. You feel me? Taylor Swift, it kind of sucks because she's throwing a bad message out there for record labels, but she knew what she was signing, bro. Yeah. If I sign a Sony, my music, wherever it goes, I know that I'm still gonna get paid out of that. It shouldn't be like, because she wants to have 100%. She wants to make full money, and it doesn't work like that. You know what you sign, but you're not living in a an apartment. You're living in a mansion. You feel me? So it's working out for you. The problem is that people don't want to pay back. Yeah. They don't want to be part of when they get big, they want to just own their music and stuff. That's the same thing what happened with Kanye West, right? Kanye West was talking about like Def Jam. They didn't want to release their music. They shouldn't. They shouldn't release his music. Or like the people under good music. You know, like I was hearing Designer the other day talking about like, oh yeah, record deal, and I'm like, bro, but you knew what you signed. Ain't nobody, like, people forget you signed. Like, your hand was the one that made that, like, oh yeah, man, I could do this, you know, and you signed the deal. Yeah. You feel me? So don't go and say that, oh, record labels are keeping me away. You knew what you signed, buddy. I would really look at the contracts, because what I don't like, what I would say though, is that like if a record deal would say don't put music this year until next year, I don't like that. I really want, because I work a lot, and my work ethic, I would like to drop songs after song, right? So I would like to see that in my contract, because songs will make benefit for them, but also benefits me. You feel me? So that's something that I would like. But if you knew and you got a bonus, like they say in advance in the beginning, don't complain, bro. Return your shoes back to Foot Locker.
Yeah, you know what the contract is, or if you don't know, that's dumb. That's a dumb part on you for not reading the contract. Mm-hmm. And if you can't read it yourself, you're like, oh, well, I'm not educated in this. get a lawyer. Get somebody.
Yeah, bro.
There's so many resources.
And check it out, go, man. I'm pretty sure you can go Google it nowadays. Like, there's so many, bro. There's no way you cannot know what you have. It's because people, their job is to sell you. That's their job, bro. That's like $1 million, buddy. You don't hear what they say. I'm pretty sure those hour-long meetings have other things besides money. You know, this is what's gonna happen. This is what we're doing. Make sure that you understand that. Sign right here. You know. Oh yeah. Boom. You knew before they tell you certain things in that contract.
No.
If you don't say, because a lot of times you go, man, maybe this is a missed opportunity, right? And you go, I'm gonna talk to a lawyer about this. You feel like maybe they're gonna be like, all right, if you're gonna leave out that door, you're not coming back. Oh well, maybe it's not the label for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Because somebody who believes in you will wait. Go see a lawyer with it. Oh well. What if you don't get those $1 million? Work. Do your own thing. Yeah. Everybody makes more money doing their own thing nowadays. You got the whole an artist now has the platform to make millions.
Yeah.
You feel me? So don't worry about the label. Label should come to you when they're ready to invest in you.
Yeah.
But because you have that business mentality. If I go to a record label, dude, my mentality will be all about business. Not even about my music. Because my music should be second. It should be about business there. You know, I'm a good rapper. Yeah, I'll make millions for you. You know, that shouldn't matter. That should not matter. What matters is like, okay, you're gonna get yours and I'm gonna get mine.
Right.
How do we do this?
Right. And yeah, like you said, a lot of people, they get greedy. They want 100%, and it's like you weren't even gonna have this money in the first place.
Yeah.
So if you gotta split it, I'd rather have the $100 million and split it. Even if it's, even if I only get $40 million.
Exactly.
And they get $60 million. Hey, that's $40 million more than I had. That I'm gonna get than I had before.
Exactly.
So we gotta get rid of this notion like we had to own 100%.
Exactly. No, I rather, I'm working with an agency right now, and they're booking my events, and they said, it said, okay, we take 20%, and I said, yeah. You guys are working. Yeah. Should be. You should take money out. What? That shouldn't even be a question. If you guys are working and putting your effort, 20% should go to your pocket. Right. But just the thought of, they're telling me like, can we? No, there's no can we. It's let's do it. Yeah. I'm not one of those artists that be like, no, that's too much. Oh my God, 20%, 70%, because they're booking my events. In the end, you still benefit. Right. You still live a good life. People just want to be greedy. Yeah. Yeah. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, because, in a sense, maybe you can not pay them, but then you got to put that where you...
Yeah, exactly. You got to work. Yeah, exactly.
You save yourself so much time, and, and perhaps they have other connections as well, so you...
So I feel like record labels, that's what it is, though. They have other connections. Right? They get you on platforms that you thought you would never have.
So it could be a launching point for something
exactly, else. Dude. Even if it's 2 years, 3 years, even if it's 100, pay us back with the interest, just make it happen. You get in platforms where you never thought. Work your butt off. Make sure you have a marketing plan. Make sure you know how to invest your money. Don't buy a big home. Big home. If it's not needed, buy yourself a little small home, bro. Like you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, people always want to buy like the 20-room mansion. Like, who's gonna stay there? You feel me? Like, is every room gonna have somebody? Like, I'm a simple dude. Like, I'm thinking investment. I'm thinking saving. I'm thinking I could create an opportunity for somebody who doesn't have a job, and we could pay that person. I'm thinking of those things, and that's a lot of times. A lot of artists just want to be me. Right. And guess what? In the end, they're miserable. They always talk about like they want to kill themselves. Why? Why do artists do that? Like nowadays, like the emo artists or whatever they want to call themselves. I hear a lot of the rappers now. Yeah, I could wish I could die. I'm like, but you got $1 million. Like you making bank. Why you want to kill yourself? Leave that to the people who are struggling, bro. Like you up there. Don't put that in. That's a problem with society nowadays. We have to accept that. We can't. Like, mentality wise, we need to like break that barrier. If you are struggling, it's okay. That doesn't mean that you're less than anybody else, buddy. You can make it happen. I was homeless, and I'm making music videos now out of my own pocket. You feel me? You gotta make it happen. It doesn't mean that's the end. Oh my God, I have so many bills. You find a way, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't tell yourself, I want to kill myself. I hate that word. I used to use it on my own self. I was sleeping at a park thinking, why am I still here? God has a purpose for everybody, bro. Whether it be the most smallest thing or the biggest thing. If you lose sight of your purpose, you forget who you are. Yeah. Always remember, I always talk about like entrepreneurship, mentality, positivity, because it will keep you. Life is always going to have problems. You go left, health problem. You go right, physical problem. You go left, financial problem. It's always going to have a problem. It's always taking it day by day, step by step, bro. You will get to, maybe you will not become a millionaire. Maybe you're not going to become rich, but you'll live a good life. Yeah. You feel me?
And it's you got to put in hard work, and it's how much sacrifice are you willing to make?
Bro, I'm telling you right now, I have no record label. Everything comes out of my pocket. I spend in music videos alone. Spend about 2 G's. Now, that's 2 G's that I could use for a vacation. You know, I could be paying off my car even quicker.
That's just rent.
Rent, yeah. Okay. Do you understand that sacrifice comes with it? People look at a shirt. $60 when you can use that $60 for something better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe go back to school. People always have that. You don't have to have. If you're not where you are right now, don't think about spending money on you. Work, dude. I work 2 jobs. I wake up at 6 in the morning. Let's say right now, good example of my schedule. Wake up at 6 in the morning. You know, do my daily devotion and stuff, and then I have this show. Boom. After this show, I gotta go work. After work, I have another meeting. After that meeting, I got a Zoom meeting. I don't go to sleep until 1 in the morning. Wake up at 6 in the morning, ready to do it again. And that's my life right now. Yeah. You know, sacrifices. Sometimes I can't see my mom. Sometimes I can't see family, friends. I wish I could hang out with my friends. Sometimes it's just, what you said was key. Sacrifices. You have to sacrifice. If you want to get there, it's a sacrifice. Yeah. You start working your butt off. But I can tell you right now, everything's paying off.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, and I can attest to that as well, because you know, doing this podcast, and you have your own podcast as well. You know how much time you have to put into this.
Time and money.
Yeah, time and money. And my wife, you know, God bless her, but like, you know, I don't she makes a sacrifice as well, because, you know, we don't really. My wife, she's in Tijuana. I'm here in Los Angeles, so yeah. I go over there on the weekend. But when I'm over there on the weekend, I'm not just spending time with her. I'm also working, editing videos, because this is a long process.
Oh yeah, buddy, I know.
And you know, like I said, God bless her, and she's understanding, and she knows that this is, you know, a temporary sacrifice until I get better, until I can have a staff, and
yeah, just
make this something bigger. But for me, I'm making a sacrifice. I'm sacrificing time with my wife. I'm recently just got married, so, you know, as newlyweds, you want to spend the most time together. But I'm making the sacrifice, so in the long run, I can spend more time with her. I'm losing time right now, but this is only going to be temporary. In the long run, we're going to have
more time together. Yeah. And I think that shout out to all the wives out there that support their husbands, and they're like, you know, behind every good husband, there's a good wife behind it. And so I do believe in that. I do want to give a shout out to all the women out there that do that. But I think it's vice versa, right? I think you support whatever her dreams are too, right. And so it should be like back and forward. That's something that it's really key to your success, and not every guy has that, or every woman has a partner like that. So if you're looking for a partner in life, make sure you get a partner that's gonna not support you support you financially if you can, but also support you in the mental state, in the physical, in the spiritual, everything, and every connection, because your dreams matter just like his dreams, and her dreams matter just like your dreams, buddy. Yeah. So that's something that I always preach about. Like, it's both, and that's good that you found a wife that like, baby, you got this, and yeah, it's a little sacrifice here, but later on we see the bigger picture, and there's always long term.
Right.
People always think short term. Do your 5-year plan, do your 10-year plan, do your 20-year plan. What do you see yourself in 20 years? Yeah, those are good things, man. That's good, man. That's good that you have a wife like that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Shout out to my future wife out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna step off from music a little bit.
Let's go.
And you brought up you were homeless at one time. I want to ask you, how'd you get to that? How'd you become homeless? And how did you get out of it?
Man, so let's get to the point. I think I should start right here so you can understand why, right? So when I was when my grandma was still alive, I would go to church a lot, and I was going to this church in Bell Gardens, and my grandma was everything to me, man. She was amazing woman, a woman that saw good in me, and again, I'm gonna write some stuff in the book about her and stuff like that, so I'm gonna leave that vague, but I will give you the hitter pointers where she was basically my hero, so when she passed away in 2015, I wasn't already launching my music. My album was about to drop, Reborn Nation. It's called Reborn Nation, and unfortunately, she passed in this month, a couple of years ago, 2015. So 6 years ago, she passed away. And the day she passed and all that, I remember posting it on Facebook and stuff, and I didn't get nobody to come to see me, man. Nobody from church came to see me. And it was heartbroken, because all this time I've been, in the grind for Jesus. You could put it like that. I would pray for people, preach to people, evangelize. I would do everything. I never said no, and nobody came to visit me. And I thought that was like devastating. Not only did I lose my grandma, but also this happened. That same day my grandma dies, my pastor sends me a message. And I thought when I saw the pastor, I was like, oh, he's going to be like, yo, bro, like, we're here for you, where you at, I'm going to go to your home, He actually sent me a message saying that he's promoting his new book. The next Saturday, look forward to his new book. And, he's going to be teaching a series from that book. And I remember, bro, my head was like...
And he was aware that you...
Yeah, he was aware because in Facebook, because this is a big difference. Like in Facebook, you could say, "I'm praying for you. I'm here if you need me." Why do people say that? Like, you're not there for real. Don't put hopes up. Actually, just do the action and do go see that person. Yeah. Don't just say it. Go and do it. You feel me? Because maybe that person needs a hug, maybe a message of hope. I didn't get no message, bro. I didn't get nothing from nobody. Okay, so that happens, and like in my post, I saw that there was a lot of churches that kind of had no one was the light thing, right? And they were saying praying. So I said, okay, they know. No one hit me up, nobody. And the pastor said that. Okay. So from there, I was so devastated that when I was dropping my Reborn Nation album, I had already booked the church, and I thought people were gonna come, and bro, that day Reborn Nation album, I had like about 10 people attending. Nobody from my church came. Nobody from like other places that I promoted came. Nobody came. Only 10 people were in attendance, and that's just a couple of my. Delmy, who was my best friend, went to that event and was devastated for what she saw. She tried everything in her power to encourage me, but only like 10, 15 people went. And I performed like but it still broke me, bro. So I went home and I evaluated my life, bro. Was this for me? Was I part of the community? I know churches, they say, oh, it's you and God, and forget about us. But no, reality is that you need around people. Remember, Jesus had 12 disciples. He was around people all the time. He ate with sinners, you know. So he was around people. I'm pretty sure Jesus felt lonely too, right? So I'm human. I'm not a saint or an angel that doesn't have feelings. I have feelings. Those feelings, unfortunately, broke me. So in 2015, I left everything, bro. I left music. I left what was my passion, music, and I said, just whatever. I'm gonna do whatever I want now. You feel me? But I have moved to Apple Valley, and the biggest mistake that I did, because I wanted to get away from here, start a new life. But jobs out there wasn't there. My financials were going down. My savings were going down. And then one day to another, bro, zero, bro. And I never imagined. I always talked about depression and like, you know, how you should have faith, but that was my fault, because I think God did it on purpose, where like I was so depressed, bro. I was depressed to the max. When I came back to LA, I had no family out here. I do have family, but nobody wanted to open the doors. And I stayed homeless, bro. I was homeless for a whole year. And I had nobody. I had nothing. You know, Delmy, again, my friend Delmy, she would like literally send like Uber Eats, at least a burger for the day. I was saying shelters. Dude, I don't know how I did it. And thank God for her, you know. Thank God for her and what she did in my life. She will pay for hotels sometimes for me to stay in. And at this point, I was trying to look for anything, bro. Like, just to get back on my feet. But that's how I started. And I was going to this church. Again, I started going back to church that they invited me. And, but the church wasn't helping at all. They knew it was a park. But they were like, oh, we have a bed. If you know, just as long as you get to, nobody. So that's how it happened, bro. I was homeless for a whole year, you know, and I learned how to be humble. God humbled me at that moment. That whole year, I learned what it feels to have nothing, and what really takes to work where you're gonna, you know, to work for your dream. So I remember at parks. I remember sleeping at like the corners of Skid Road. Like, I remember those days, bro. It was cold. I could tell you, like, people that go through those things, man. It's hard, man, because in those moments you think about suicide. You have nothing no more. Where do you live? You have no friends, maybe one person, and then you have no family. So what do? You try to do good all this time just to be homeless. So that's how that happened. You know, at the time, I started drinking again, started smoking because I was so nervous. And some things happened when I was homeless. I'm not going to talk about it here, but some things happened there. And then I got a job at Goodwill. You know, simple, 24 hours a week. Nothing, oh my gosh, bro. It was like $11 an hour. But it was something. And just worked my butt off. And the lady liked me so much that she gave me 40 hours. Again, my work ethic has always been like that. From there, I got a better job. And then that is what helped me to get out of being homeless. When I first got my car, I was sleeping in my car. You know? I was sleeping in my car. And Delmy could tell you, like, people who were around me at that time could tell you, like, I was not going to do rap music no more. I didn't want to. I think, like, I felt so confused of who I was back then, right? But God had a different purpose, you know. And people kept telling me, you need to go back in your music. And I said, man, I don't got money. Studio time is expensive. Beats are expensive. But thank God I had beats before, like, you know. Yeah. So I started, again, recording. I dropped an EP. People loved it. I dropped the Spanish album. People loved it. And that's what kept me going. And from being homeless, just grinding, bro. Grinding. My first, even if it's a 20-hour job, you do your best. Like, if this is your last job. I got promoted in Goodwill my first month. You know? It's because I'm, you know, hitting hard. Because you know where you came from. $20 looks amazing when you have nothing. It's the best thing you can have. I love $20. It could get me a meal. You know? Dollar menu. Amazing, bro. But you continue and continue. And then when I got my second job, I got promoted in my first month again to a supervisor position. Again, my work ethic, and God was just opening doors from there. I have no complaints. Like, I'm not homeless no more. Like, I have a nice bed, you know. I have a room, a little roof on top of my head. It's not the biggest room, but it's room, you know. And I remember when I first got my bed, I couldn't sleep in the concrete. Like, I would sleep so much in the concrete floor that a bed was like weird. I was like, I couldn't sleep on the bed, and so I had to sleep on the floor for like the first 3 months. But I would try, and I was like, oh no, and I would go to the floor and sleep on the floor. But yeah, man, that's how that happened. Really out of depression, sadness, feeling like, man, and you know, feeling like not valuable. Nobody's gonna remember me. You know, if people didn't come for me when my grandma died, when people didn't come for me when my album dropped, they're not gonna come to my funeral. That's what I would say.
And you said you're homeless for a year. I mean, did you have like an epiphany, or were you looking for work initially and you just had no luck? Like, what was?
So I would have 2 bags, right? One that Dummy gave me was a big old bag where I would have like my clothes, and the other bag had my suit on. I always have my suit. If they would call me for an interview, like, I would put my suit on, try to shave. Like, I would go to like McDonald's and wash myself and look good for the interview. It just was no luck, man. I couldn't get no job. And thank God Goodwill had this program where if you were homeless, they will find you a job. So I right away signed up, took, you know, basic classes that they gave you, training, but shout out to Jessica Lagos. I shouldn't even say her name, but she was the one who gave me the opportunity. So like, we got this program, they'll help you, and they help me with resources. They send me to shelters, food stamps. Like, I didn't ever want to do food stamps, I had to do it, you know, but they helped me. In the last 5 months, they helped me. I didn't even know that program existed. If I would have gone from blind. But I saw, when I was in the shelters, I saw that there's a lot of homeless people that they love living like that. Yeah, that's their life, man. You know, they enjoy it. I remember talking to this old dude next to me, and he's like, I've been doing this for 20 years. Like, I'm happy. And I'm like, you know, sometimes, like, I met a lot of people being homeless, right? People. And I go, I can't be like this, though. Me, personally. Right. So, it really depends, like, because people will take that program and then just take it for the benefits. I didn't take that opportunity. Like, when the opportunity comes up, I took it to get better. And I use everything in my power to, like, if they told me, and remember, I was in the bus. They would give me, like, bus cards. And let's say a job was on El Monte. I would go to El Monte, still go to my training at 6 o'clock in LA. So I was really just hustling, bro. And that hustle is what I have now. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you call me here, you call me there. Boom, 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 boom. I could be in a car, do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what God showed me. Like, I could hustle that way. I was always a hustler when I was doing my old music, but not like this, though. Where now everything kind of connects. Like, okay, I know how it feels not to have anything. I know how it feels. I know how to hustle, right? My music, everything connects. It's now God showed me how to live humbly. You know, that one day you could have it all, but then lose it in the next minute. And you see that with artists. You see that artists be millionaires, and then like 2 weeks or in a year, you don't hear from them, and then you check in Google, and they're like living in a garage or something, right? That's what it happens. So I know how it feels not to have nothing. I know when I have something, I'm grateful for it. It's just that hustle.
Yeah. Oh man, that's very emotional, bro. You have me tearing up, bro. Oh yeah, that's tough, man. Yeah, I mean, you know.
And you know, like, and I'm sorry to cut you off, bro, but like, anybody out there, like, if you listen to the show, you know, if you feel like I'm not where I want to be, that's okay, man. Don't think of suicide. Don't think of sadness. Don't be depressed. that's what tells you, okay, what's next. Remember that this is my word. This is my kind of slogan, whatever you want to call it. But a zero, you start with zero, but one day that zero has a one in front of it, and then you're gonna have a lot of zeros. A zero is not a bad thing. It's just the beginning. A zero means beginning, but then one day there's gonna be a 1 and 10 zeros right behind it. Don't ever think about a zero. Think about that 1 and how many zeros right after that.
Yeah.
So you just gotta think like that. If sometimes we feel like, oh, I got nothing, man. This is my life. No, what's next? Maybe take a day. When I was homeless, bro, I was happy. I was happy, dude. I was still happy. Like, I was still thinking about this face. I gotta get out of this. How am I gonna get out of this? You gotta think about like that. Yeah. All right. Maybe I gotta get another job. Maybe I gotta get a second job. Maybe I gotta do this. Maybe sell tamales. Do something that you won't do. When I worked at Google, I never worked at a retail, but I humbled myself. Worked at stocking, and I made that stocking look good, man. I was in it, bro, because my work ethic is like that. Yeah, my boss was like, you did this for years? Nah, this is my first time, man. Like, I always did marketing. I worked for like offices, but you have to humble yourself. Do something that you probably won't do. Maybe you'll fall in love with that. You never know. Now I know how to stock. Really good. Call me Amazon, like I will do it, So, but that's what happens though. Like, when you have nothing is okay. It just means zero means a beginning. It means a beginning for what you're gonna do next.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great message, John. And for me, everybody has their own coping methods, whatever. But for me, when I get down, which is rare, like I can't remember the last time I got down, but if I ever do get down, I instantly get out of it by just thinking, man, there's someone else who has it worse than me.
Yeah.
Like, everything I have, I'm blessed, man.
Yeah.
Like, I have a car, I have a home, like, I have food on the table. Like, there's people who don't have
that.
Not just the roof, not just the car, but there's people who don't have food in this world, man. Yeah. Like, that's fucking wild.
It's crazy.
It's
crazy. And you know what? Like, a lot of people who I met homeless, I felt their pain because in reality they didn't have no mom, they didn't have no dad. They don't know who to go to. All they know is surviving. Yeah. It's not their fault. People will look at them and go, oh, they're weird. There's a reason why they're like that. How come you don't stop and listen to their story? And maybe that gives you a reflection of helping or doing better in life. A lot of times we're greedy. Humanity is, we really want to be about us. My grandma used to say the problem with this world is that we don't think about the other. We always think about us. It's not a problem. But if you're thinking about you, it's because you want to help somebody else. You feel me? A lot of times I know that, like, in my music, not to go back to my music, but in my music, I was willing to help other people first, dude. I always put myself behind. I would push everyone else. And it was a problem. But the reason why I should do what I got to do is because I'm helping others get up there. Yeah. That's what happens. We forget about the less people, like people that don't have anything. I remember staying next to, I guess, this old guy. His name is Joseph, and Joseph, the first day I landed, it was a Pomona shelter, and I remember my first date. I would look and I would say, "Wow, Mike, I can't believe," because you don't ever see yourself there. You feel like when you're there. What did I do wrong? I wasn't a drug addict. I wasn't an alcoholic. I don't have criminal records. There's no reason for me to be there. I should be like the top 8 star, making money, But I was there. And when I go into that first, they put you in the line, and I got like my first, they certify you as a homeless. They give you like a card, and that card helps you like with shelters and stuff. Sleeping next to this dude. He was looking at me, and he looked at me for a while. And he said, "You're not supposed to be here." And I started crying. I said, "Well, I'm here." He said, "Not for too long. You're one of those that just come. Life has to show you something, and then you'll leave. You're not like me." He said, and I said, "What's your story, like, old timer?" And he just told me, like, Well, nothing really. This is pretty much my life. And I said, whoa, like, and the little things that he had, bro. I remember they used to have like a back room where they have like sweaters that people donate. Bro, he was so excited. He found a sweater on his size, like this black sweater. And just to see him excited, bro, just for a sweater, made me realize, dang, I had a sweater too. Like, you know, people always take for granted what they have, dude. And there's people out there, if you even give them socks, they're so happy with it, bro. Yeah. They don't have anything, you know. You take them to McDonald's, man, dude, they're excited, bro. That's what taught me. Like, there's people out there. Right now, look, we're good, bro. We're in this podcast, right? I'm pretty sure somebody out there is willing to saying that what you used to say. Man, I wish I could do that. And they still haven't got there yet. Don't give up, though. Don't give up. Invest in little things. Start investing maybe $20 here. Save up for a microphone. But you'll get there. Yeah. Don't just spend everything. Oh, I gotta buy the whole thing. No. Some people use their phones and start recording. But it starts small. Just, I always say, take a simple step. Simple. You'll run one day. You'll be running. Just take a simple. Not everybody could jog it right away. You go, you know, take a simple step, but you'll get there.
And you can learn from anybody. Like, you know, one thing for me was I remember when I was in Silver Lake, you know, there was this homeless man, and I had extra food. I had an extra box of food. And I saw him, and like he was just passing by with his cart. He was a homeless man, like I said.
Yeah. And
I was just like, hey man, you hungry? Like, I just offered him the box of food. I was like, I'm not gonna eat it. Like,
yeah.
Maybe he needs it, bro. And then he just starts going through his cart because he had a little pushing cart.
Yeah.
It's just, and I was like, man, like what's he doing? Like,
yeah.
And he's like, oh, it's because I want to give you something. I was like, nah, man, I'm not asking for nothing. Like, I'm giving this to you.
Yeah.
And he gave me a rosary. That's what you call it, rosary, right?
No, the beads, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not Catholic, but you know, still to this day, like I have that rosary hanged in my truck, like not because I'm religious, but that reminder from that person. I was like, man, like this person has nothing, but yet he was still able to come up with something to give me. Yeah. And that was amazing.
A lot of times, somebody who you at least expect it will bless you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that moment. And
yeah.
You know, I really hope, you know, he got back on his feet, or if he's not, that at the very least that he's happy. Like you said, like there's some people who want to be homeless,
and then they're happy. And they're happy, bro. And you know, we want to help the homeless people, the homeless community, but I think we should give them more. There should be more programs to kind of help their mental state, all that. Like I think that's what needs to be done. When I was there, I didn't have a lot of those resources, you know. So there was like, oh, you can stay at a home shelter and they'll feed you, but like they should have classes where like people who want to get out of that, how to do it better, how to like look for a job and trainings like that. So the program that I was in was called LA Rise. And it's a program, even if one day I become a millionaire, it's a program that I'm going to invest on a lot of money because they help a lot of good people there. And
I told the Verse this constantly, many times. You know, I'm fiscally conservative. I've always like, I was like, man, why are we spending so much money? Why are we? But, you know, talking to you, like, you changed my perspective. Like, honestly, because. Talking to you, I see like, okay, so there are people that can benefit from this.
Yeah.
Because for the most part, like, you know, I just see the homeless problem like growing and growing, and it's like, what would you say is a solution, or perhaps
there's people. Okay, so there's people there that just want to live like that. They take advantage of the system, benefits and stuff, and they don't gotta pay rent, so they create like a little home for them outside. But there's people out there that don't know about these programs. You know, like I feel like there should be a group of people that will go to the Skid Row, pass out flyers, and give them like, because some of them don't even have phones, bro. You know, so they should pass out or talk to them like, hey, we started this program, you know, to get out. You know, some people don't want to. That's all they know, and they live is that. being homeless, but they don't know anything better. And I feel like we should have programs where like people who got out of there, their testimonies and stuff like that, right? It's funny because Goodwill had like this dinner where they invite people who have succeeded and stuff, and they invited me to speak and stuff. And I spoke there that day, and I talked about the best things about the program that I was in, but the stuff that they could work on. And one thing is like mental state. They don't have anything for that, and people don't know sometimes. Like I remember when I was there, I was depressed. I wish there was a program for me just to go in there with a group of people and talk, but there wasn't like that. So sometimes I just talk for California. They're doing the best they can, but there's some people there that they don't want to at all. You know, I saw this one person the other day when I was driving. He looked really normal. Like he really looked like he wasn't homeless, but he was homeless. And I go up to him and it's like, "Yeah, you need anything?" He's like, "Nah, bro, I got everything." And I looked at his tag. He got everything, bro. He had like a plasma TV. He had like this computer, laptop thing. He had a tablet. I was like, "Oh, you is good." He's like, "I don't gotta pay rent, man." And I was like, "Okay." You know, I would have known this. I would have done it myself. Nah, man. But I just think that there's people out there that just like living like that. There is some group and a good amount of people that don't know how to get out of it. They think that's all they know. I'm pretty sure if they like the LA Rice program, like they help them a lot. But I feel like they should go more out there, talk about it more. You feel me? So when people come in, they don't have a job and they don't feel homeless, they'll help them out right away. And they'll get you like a mini job at a Goodwill, or you know, I know the pandemic stopped a lot of things, but now that everything's gonna be open, that's something they should be thinking about, like opportunities. Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, man. If you're interested, or if any viewers are interested, you know, you can DM me at TheCarrendoShow, Twitter, Instagram. But yeah, man, that's something I would love to do. You know, like, even if it's just to pass out some flyers, go down to Skid Row and.
I'm gonna do an event in the holidays, when things are open, and it's gonna be the ticket is a blankie. You know, we want people to donate blankets. We want to pass those blankets out to the homeless and stuff. So the people that they are in need. So hopefully we could partner up with some sponsorships and stuff, and they can help us do this event. But the whole point of it is not for us to make money; it's for us to give back to the community. And that's one thing that I always talk about, like with my crew and my Ugly Bear Entertainment, is like, even if I become rich, I would still want to invest in this program, Goodwill, because I know they do good and stuff.
And like I said, if you changed my perspective, you know, perhaps you can. With this interview, you changed other people's perspectives. Because I'm telling you, man, I've always been conservative with fiscally. Like, I feel like we spend too much money. But like I said, there's people like you who are benefiting from it at that time, or other people who can benefit. Like, we need to offer that hand, give those resources, man.
Yeah, even if it's like, because I know that you know, one bad person, like I say, they say one bad cop, everybody's a bad cop, right? That's not true. You know, when I got cheated on, like for a long time ago, a cop actually gave me his shoulder. You know, like I respect cops. You know, I know that everybody's like, oh, you know, cops, you know, F the cops. I don't think that's shit. There's good cops out there who want to do good. The same thing with homeless. Only because one homeless person maybe has the wrong intention, you shouldn't blame the whole crowd. You know, the same thing with like the Mexicans, right? The people always like for what a certain president said, you know, rapists and stuff like that. Oh, you know, Mexicans are rapists, or they're bad people, bad hombres, right? No, like there's a lot of good Mexicans, more than that. You know, I'm pretty sure 95% of Mexicans come to this country to work. You feel me? So there's everything has good people, but sometimes like that's why I say, only because I saw 3 pastors do bad doesn't mean I blame all the pastors. Right. That's just 3 pastors that shouldn't be there, get kicked out, and you know, but it's just to do better though, and that's why I do this kind of interviews. I speak the truth to bring awareness though. You feel me? A lot of people are gonna be, oh, he hates churches. No, I don't hate churches. I love churches that help the community. We need more churches that can help the homeless people, that talk about faith. That, you know, it's funny because when I was homeless, oh, I was so mad, bro. I would be mad when somebody would come up to me and talk about God, but it was like an agenda. You know, like they'll give you a flyer. We have service at 6 p.m. Make sure you come to our church. How come you don't like talk to me like a regular dude? Like, you feel me? Like, you know, here's the water, and can I pray for you? And they'll pray for me, and then like the people behind them, like, will be talking about like, yeah, you know, tomorrow I gotta go to shopping and stuff, and I'll be like, what's the point of you coming here, brody? Like, just to let us know how good your lives are. And so I would be so mad, bro. So like, go there now with the agenda, like, oh, another one that I don't like, man. And I will say it, I dislike when people used to take pictures giving water to a homeless person. Why promote that, bro?
Yeah.
Feel me? Like, why promote that you're, like, you know, like selfies with the home? Why? Like, oh, dude, I would just want to grab my water bottle and throw somebody, bro. You see, that's the thing. Like, that's why no one can touch me, bro. I was behind that. I was in the other side of the grass. I saw for what they saw.
Right.
And it made me mad. If it makes me mad and I was doing that, I'm pretty sure that's why some of them don't even care no more. Because we treat them like jokes. You feel me? We have our own agenda. You know, when we go evangelize, when I used to go, a pastor would tell me, make sure you invite them. We need them to come to church. But that's not the point, bro. We need to be like the light in their lives. Be friends with them. Even if it's not, I'll visit you once a week, buddy. Stay right here. You let me know what's up. Let me pray for you. But a sincere prayer.
Right.
You feel me? When we were doing our first music video called Wake Up in the Morning, our director was shooting, and you can check that on YouTube and you'll see what I mean. I wanted to do a shot where I used to walk by when I was homeless and there was like a lot of tents there. So we were doing the shot not because and I had like because I'm so against that, like taking pictures and stuff like with homeless people like that, to promote, not because I don't want to, like, you know, this African American lady was there, and when we were shooting, she just so happened to pop out, and I just wanted to talk to her. So my director continued to shoot, and I was talking to her, and she was telling me that she came from another country and just didn't get no papers, and it was hard for her to get a job and stuff. So I was recommending her, like, you know, the LA Rice program, and I was like, you know, really like being sincere with her, and I, you know, gave her some money, and I don't know, I just started praying for her. Like, can I pray for you? Is that okay? Like, she's like, yeah, I need it. Started praying for her, and I started declaring like great things. That's what some people don't understand. Like, you go pray, oh my God bless you, you need to look for God, may your sins be washed away. They don't want to know that, bro. They're so low already. How low can you get them? Yeah. Why don't you talk about like God's gonna bring blessings to your life? You know, motivate them, encourage them. They can do better, bro. That was the big difference. And then my music video, you see literally who I'm talking to and praying for her. But I saw all that behind the scenes. I know how it feels. I know how it feels like being at a church for so long and nobody hitting you up. Suicide, nobody's there. I know how it feels. I'm in the other side. That's why I am who I am now, with no hold bars. But you can't get me with anything because I'm speaking truth. If it makes you mad what I'm saying, then change, buddy. You know, this is for you. Then, you know, this is for you to understand what you're doing wrong. Oh, he's saying it. Oh my gosh, like, it's for me. I feel it. Yeah. Then change, buddy. It's you the problem, not them, not anybody else. You is the problem, and that's the problem that our mentalities have to change if we want to do better in America. You know, our mentality have to be more positive, more encouraging. If we can encourage each other, dude, we do better. Definitely. Sometimes we don't even get the encouragement from our family, bro. You know, I have to hear, like, me and Delmy have this thing where we call each other in the morning. This is our day. No, this is our day. This is your day. This is your day. This is my day. And we just encourage each other. Boom, 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 boom. You have to be like that. You know, we all struggle. dude, I wish I could talk to somebody at 10 in the night when I do all these things, because you go home like all tired. Danny, you did a great job. Oh, what a big difference, bro. From one day bro, stop it. You ever get those guys?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'm doing this show. I bet you. I'm doing this Cornelio show. Nah, you ain't gonna go nowhere, buddy. You ain't gonna make money. Dude, you should stop it. There's a lot of other podcasts I would rather listen to. Oh, man, your quality sucks. I'd rather hear... Okay, that's awesome. But because they're not doing anything.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You always get the critics from people that don't do nothing, dude.
Yeah.
Every time. Look, when I do my music, when I started doing rap Spanish music, your rap sucks. Your music sucks. I suck. Everything sucks. But if you look at their life, they ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
What are my intentions? Do better for other people. What are their intentions? Greedy. Big difference.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I did the Rolls Royce video, like, you know, I was getting people criticizing me for it. I was like, so what? Like, this is my project.
Yeah.
This is, you know, I'm exposing myself to something that I like, that I want to be around.
Yeah.
You know? Do you have a Rolls Royce? Like, are you
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, but I just ignore, you know, whatever negativity. I'll listen. I'll hear them out, because, you know, I always give an opportunity to speak up, and perhaps I can learn something from them. And I already know it wasn't a perfect video, but that was my first car video. It was a Rolls Royce, and this was my first fucking car video. Like, come on.
That's funny.
You know, I'm only gonna learn and get better.
You have to.
But fuck, the first car review to be a Rolls Royce, I mean, that's pretty fucking awesome.
That's awesome. No, yeah, you have to, you know, I mean, I'm not into like cars, but that car is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, and that was I think it was a 2011. Dude, the fucking 2021s. Oh my god.
Yeah.
The technology in them is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And and letting people know, I'm also gonna be reviewing a 1956 Rolls Royce.
Woo! So, we gotta check
Rolls
that
Royce
out.
is my favorite car, man. Like,
yeah.
And I love seeing that progression, you know.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Before we wrap it up, I got one more thing to ask you.
Okay.
Can you tell me about Trigger?
Oh man, that's funny. Oh, we did so much inspiration. We'll leave it with the joke. We'll end it with the joke. Trigger is funny. Man. So you know, so I lost my virginity when I was younger, like really young. I'm talking about less than 14. I was very young. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. If people want to listen to the podcast, we have a podcast, The Nerd and the Girl Next Door. And I think it's in episode 3 when I talk about that. Well, anywho, to give you the exclusive, you know, I used to roll with a gang when I was younger. And I thought they were cool people and everything. So, you know, gangs back then used to have like these cool hangouts, you know.
Right.
And I went to one of them. And the main dude was like, "What's up?" This, you know, like the whole talk, and I was like, "Hey," he's like, "You're doing a good job, man." Like, and he's like, "Hey, you know, come here." And he was pointing out to this girl named Trigger, who was his sister, Elle. And Trigger came, and you know, she came, and I was like, "Ooh," you know, I was young, boy. I was like, okay, for a young boy. It's amazing, right? Oh my gosh, the way she looked and everything, tattoo right here and everything. It's whoa, what's up, you know? And she was like, hey, you know, and she's like, hey, he was like, go take care of him. And I didn't know what that meant. I thought take care of him like food wise. That's what I thought. Food wise, he's gonna take care of me. So there was like a little like a shaft thingy, like a little thing that they use for people like when they want to sleep with each other, and had like a bed and all these things. So she took me there, and she she basically was like, all right, you know, we're gonna do this, and you know, are you nervous? Dude, my heart was like, what do I see? So I've never seen boobs ever until that moment. Well, what are those, you know? And you know, so she took some of my pants and then all these cool crazy things and like so. Oh my God, she was like, okay, you know, we're gonna do it. Like, do what though? Because I don't know it. I mean, dude, at that moment I like Pokemon, you know. Cartoons were like my thing, you know, so I don't know nothing. My mom lied to me. She said that storks would bring babies, right? So for a long time I thought storks brought babies. Dude, I was like 16 still thinking that storks brought babies, and this friend of mine was like, you know, women, you know how they get pregnant, right? And I was like, no, yeah, storks, you know, they bring. And they're like, no, what are you talking about? So he told me where babies come from, and I was so mad at the world. And I'm like, well, Disney had Dumbo, you know, the Dumbo. Yeah. They brought babies there. I know Disney wouldn't lie to me, and so I was so mad at Disney for lying to me. I was mad at the whole world. But anywho, so going back, she was like, all right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna, you know, she was telling me what to do is just lay down and I was like, okay. She says, if you feel like you peed, you finished. I said, okay, you know, all right, let's do that. And yeah, man, we you know, I lost my virginity with her, and like as soon as she got on top of me, I peed. I peed, and I was like, she was like, I'm finished, and she started like, okay, you're a man now. But man, she took care of me like crazy, bro. And I shout out to Trigger, if you ever, I know you're in jail, but if you ever get out, you know. Oh my goodness. So I was very young when I lost my virginity, man. So Trigger was my first, you know.
How old was she?
She was 18.
Okay.
She was 18.
Oh, man.
She was a pedophile. And then, you know, my family always made me grow up like, you're a man. You're 10, you hit that, you know? Yeah. So I always had that mentality. You know, it's not like that nowadays, but at that time, I think Latinos were like, I used to drive when I was 9 years old. Used to go to the cantina, and I was 10, and so
that's not an exaggeration. Like, and when I went to Mexico and I saw little 9-year-olds driving, I was like, oh shit! Like,
it's true. When you go over there, it's true. Like here's like, oh my god, I can't believe that, right? No, but it's true. That's what happened. So they carry that over, and that's what happened. Yeah. So Trigger was my first, man. And that's why I like girls with tattoos.
Ladies with tattoos, you already know. Alright, brother. Well, before we wrap it up, you wanna anything else you'd like to share? Or regarding my music, you can follow me at I am Dany Kingz, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I am Dany Kingz. We're dropping a music video every month, once a month. It's very positive, very energetic. This month on the 16th, I dropped my Misericordia music video, and that's something that I just wrote with me and God in mind, and hopefully it's a blessing to you, helps you out in life, and makes you see things differently. Also, like the Nerd and the Girl Next Door podcast is coming back. We're doing season 2 now. We recorded our first episode Monday. We're gonna be dropping that Fridays. I don't know if this week or next Friday, but just keep that. You could check our old podcast. It's still on iTunes and everywhere else, so you can go and check that out. My merchandise, go to teespring.com/uglybear, and you can find all my stuff there if you want to support my music and anything that I do. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel too, Dany Kingz. We're trying to get to 100 now, but hopefully we get to bigger things, man. And anybody who wants to DM me in my Facebook or Instagram, if this has inspired you and this helped you somehow, some way, you need some words of encouragement, I always reply to my people, man. You could DM me, man, and I'm the same way I am here, man. And I'll encourage you, and I'll give you the best advice that I can. If you feel like, suicide, you're going through a suicidal moment, I recommend you to call the 1-800 suicidal hotline. Look for help. That's a really important thing. Like, look for help. Don't think because you're looking for help you're weak. That's not true. You're actually strong because you're taking those steps to help you in your life and those around you. And so all you go to DM me, and I'm
tell you the same thing I told you right now. Go to, but yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I don't, just keep, if you pray for me. I'll pray for my music, pray for my tour that's coming up, all my interviews, man, and hopefully this show becomes really big, man. I would like to come back, maybe in a year or something, when you get like up there more, and I'm pretty sure this is not gonna be here. It's gonna be in the studio. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I know you're gonna do lots of great things, bro. Like,
thank you,
man. Like, you got yourself out of being homeless. You learned some valuable lessons. You got an incredible work ethic, and if you just stick to it, it's only gonna be a matter of time. Before. I know you're already doing big things, man.
Yeah.
I heard some of those phone calls right before for the podcast. So he's got a couple of big things coming up. He'll tell you when his own time, but.
Yeah. But thank you for having me, man. Thank you for just being here. I know you worked a crazy schedule, and then we came in the morning, so
Yeah, hey, that's what.
And shout out to your wifey that supports you as well. I want to give a really shout out to your wifey. So.
Yes, to my wife, to all the women who support.
Yeah.
Not just women, but the men as well.
The men as well, yeah. Yeah, because I feel like a lot of times we do like the housewife, but even if you're a husband, house husband, whatever, right? If you're doing that job, it's okay, buddy. Like, you support your wife, man.
Right.
Yeah. Team effort.
Yeah, and I'll leave a link so that they can message you on Instagram or something, and if whatever you wanna send me, and I'll
give you the YouTube and all that. My music videos are coming out. We have Toca Toca, Han Solo, Wake Up in the Morning. Those are good, cool songs.
Toca Toca's my favorite.
Yeah. Toca Toca is a really cool song, and right now we're dropping in the 16th of March. We're doing a music video every month. That's the plan for 8 months straight. So we're recording a lot of content. This month we record like 3 music videos, and next month we record 4 music videos. This is crazy, but we're just dropping content every month for at least till September. Once a month, so you could get to know me, know my music, know who I am. And if you want me to come to your city, hit me up. I'll send you to my manager, man, and make it happen, man. If you even it doesn't even have to be music. Like, if you want me to go to your class session, talk to you about entrepreneur stuff, let me know. Like, I'm always down for anything like that. So,
No, and your music videos are good quality. I forgot to talk about that, but I mean, next time you come, hopefully we'll talk about I want to see how you went about creating the backgrounds, everything, your setup.
Yeah. Awesome.
Very interesting.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Well, subscribe if you haven't yet. Follow Dany Kingz. It's with a Z at the end. Don't forget that. DA1NYKINGZ. Yes, sir.
No.
Thank you so much, Dany, for being here, and that's it.
Yeah.
Bye.